that successful people leave clues. So every Monday night, myself and Kimmy Tai, NMD of Team Coconuts, we really want to join forces and just really bring some high value to you guys every single week. And I know everyone's at different levels, everyone's at different situations. So tonight we're just going to bounce off from each other and really share with you guys. So for you guys that have just come on the call, just number one, make sure you're muted. But really the subject is tonight, boundaries with the family and business and managing yourself and what a typical day could look like. Now, I know for a lot of you guys, if you have a partner, your partner generally knows about this business. There are some people that their partner doesn't know. And some of these partners, funny enough, trust me, I've been in a situation where I've had to not say anything. But also it's about, making sure that the reason you understand why you're doing this business, and it's a big thing. So some of the things that, that you really want to make sure is that what I like to do, I have a form, I have like a sheet, and it's called a tick and flick sheet. Now, it's something that I was really inspired by Christine Drummond, 100 Club from Queensland, and Sunny and I made up one similar, and so did Kim. And after this call, guys, I'll put all the PDF documents, I'll send them to Kim and she can pass them off. And it's about knowing what you need to get done in that day. Now, we know that really to work this business, it's putting on customers and it's sharing the business opportunity. But what can happen is sometimes we look at what someone's doing on Facebook and then we get caught up on a call that maybe could have only been 20 minutes and it's an hour and a half later because you're listening to someone's, breakup with their boyfriend, and all of a sudden you haven't got through your day on what you wanted to do, or really actually doing the high paying activities. So who here would love to know exactly what you need to do and have something like literally you just tick off? Is it a matter of doing your gratitude? Is it making sure you're connecting to 10 people a day? Is it, posting on Instagram? That's what we're going to provide you guys with tonight. So how I work my day could be slightly different to Kim. So I'm going to really just share with you guys what I like to do. Every Sunday night, I get my calendar. Okay, so this is like my monthly calendar. And then I have, where is it here? I have a week-to-week calendar. Now, for some of you guys, you might like the iPad, but I'm a bit old school. I love pen to paper. So every Sunday night, I literally write down all my meetings from Monday to Sunday, Zoom meetings, coffee catch-ups. Then I have in there people that I'm networking with, and I love to look at that at a glance every single week. Same as Sunny, we both just bounce off each other with our calendar, and that really sets us up strong. If it's not in the diary, I'm going to have not any control of my business. And I was listening to a really important podcast the other day by Mitch Milsey from India. And one thing they said was that, we all follow a program. When we follow a program, whatever it might be, there doesn't seem to be chaos. Who here would agree that, when you're not feeling organized and you're not on top of your work, you kind of feel a little bit lost, right? So it's about molding your program to what you have to do. Another thing that I love to do is that, obviously, Sunny, you guys know that's in the business, but for you guys that have partners that are not in the business, make sure you guys are putting date night in. Really, really important. So this is where you get to have fun with your week. You mold it how you want. You might want to go really top heavy Monday and Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday, hump day, have date night that night. Thursday could be something, whether it's customer care calls, and taper off Friday. Everyone works their business very, very different. So you've got to make sure that you're molding it to how you like. Kimmy, I can keep going, but I'll let you bounce off now, babe.
Whoops, I was muted. No, that's perfect. Keep going. I love it. Keep on sharing.
Cool.
Yeah,
so, another thing that some people, what can happen is time can just go like that. So once again, if you're a visual, what can you do? Those egg timers where you see the sand drop? Yeah, I'll put them on 30-minute blocks. I know for me, I love talking to team. I love connecting. I love networking. Customer care is okay. I'm going to be honest. It's one of those things I know has to get done, but it's not my favorite. So I know that I've got to make sure I do that first in the morning on a Monday, because that's when I do my customer care. So I can put the egg timer on, watch the sand go down. I don't get caught up. I don't get caught fluffing or looking at something on Instagram. I just get in, do my customer care, and it's done. And guess what? You feel really good. So for any parents out there that have kids, you know what's a really good thing is, making sure you're putting the egg timer on and saying, guys, you know what? Mummy's just got to make a few calls. When the sand gets to the bottom, we're going to sit down and we're going to have a game of Uno. And really bring that family in and knowing and share with them what you guys are going for. If you're going for promotion 1 month, if you're working towards qualifying, whatever it might be, actually bring the family into your business. Don't have you and your business here and your family over there. Because what's going to happen, the children and the husband are going to see you on the phone. They're going to see you on the phone calls. They're going to see you guys on the Zoom, and they're going to start to think they're two different identities when really it's one. So I know that when we were going for NMD and we're helping another team going for different clubs, I share with the team, guys, Shanika and Quinton, there's some amazing people in the team going for big promotions this month. If mummy has to be on the phone a little bit more, you guys cool with that? Because we're going to celebrate at the end of the month. And they're like, oh my gosh, mum, I'm so excited. Kimmy's going for this, or Caitlin's going for that, or Lucy's going for that. They know what's going on. And that's so, so, so important. And but half the time they're saying, mummy, do you need to make a phone call now? So it's really funny when you change that concept with them. Another thing that I love to do, probably a little bit different now because our kids are older, but when they were really little, I used to get their old toys, wrap them up, and make my own lucky dip. So if there was phone calls or customer care I had to do, I had this big thing on top of the fridge, which was a lucky dip, and I got them to pick a present. It was one of their old toys. They would unwrap it, they would have fun with it, and that bought me 20 to 30 minutes if I needed to get on a phone call. So it sounds really silly, but I understand what it's like through those early stages with kids. So it was the lucky dip. Kimmy, if you want to, I can honestly keep going, but you piping, babe.
Awesome. Yes, I love that. So I'll just pop gallery view. If you love that, can you share what's one of those things that you think really work with you? So most of you guys probably on here are parents. So most of those tips that Val shared are fantastic, especially when you have kids or you stay at home mom working from home. Can we get some interaction? I'd love for you to pop in the chat which one of those tips that Val shared that you think would work for you, or maybe you haven't heard of that before, or maybe you're already trying it and it works. Because, it's not just about hearing from me and Val. Let's all share. Tabitha, I do most of mine when the kids are in bed. Fantastic. Love it. B said date night with my husband. So booking in a date night, I'm assuming. Love it. Yay. Egg timer and date night. Michelle, the lucky dip for the kids. I tried to do a Zoom the other day and ended up with a tea party on my... Hey, I love it. And do you know what, guys? I find, I don't even have kids around me, but the beauty, you've got to find the gratitude in everything that happens, right? How annoying can it be? Like, I don't even, when I'm around my friends who have kids and we're trying to work and I'm just like, oh my God, just like silence for a second. And it's not even my kids that I haven't even got that, I get distracted. But I've got to find the blessing in it. If I'm communicating with someone or networking with someone and it's maybe on a Zoom, they can see that and be like, you know what, we can do this with this lifestyle. If you can't have kids as an excuse. You can't have that busy life as an excuse. Use it as your reason. So Amber says, I made a schedule and bought an egg timer and stopped as soon as it goes off. Everyone loves the egg timer. I think I need to get an egg timer. Fantastic. So I just want to share from the non-parent side of you. I made some notes on when Val was talking. One of the things I do is, when you get to a point, I bet every single one of you on here right now is building this business so you can quit your JOB or build to do this full time and get rid of the other job, right? Or at least build a full-time income from home, even if you're still working from home, but your business isn't there yet. Now, that's all fun and games and it's so exciting to get to. But what I found is once I quit my other work and I took on Juice Plus full time, I actually had to have more discipline with my time. So what I'm saying here is if you have another job that you're working right now. So if you're in full-time work, part-time work, casual work, or you have other commitments that when you're at those commitments, you can't do Juice Plus, that is so good because you have limited time to do Juice Plus, which means you are going to get more stuff done. When I worked more in another job, I'd come home and make sure I would do Juice Plus because that was my fire to get me out of the other work. So if you can kind of shift your mindset, I'm all about the mindset shift on how you look at things, because otherwise you have to be way more strict and try and build that self-discipline because you might have the whole day free, but we know building this business is best in the evening. Just make sure to mute it, guys. Sorry, Kate, I just don't want any background noise. Building this business at night time is the best thing. All right, it's all muted. And so I'll be at home all day doing more admin side stuff, still trying to network. And then when Daniel comes home, so those of you in a relationship, you know, I want to spend my time with him, but at the same time, that is prime business building. So what has worked for me is, and I know, and I need Daniel's attention just as much as he needs mine, so we can have a healthy relationship, is if I know I need to get stuff done, I will tell Daniel a time. All right, I'm going to be on my computer, on my phone for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And what's really good is I know when that 30 minutes is up or that 1 hour is up, that I get to go hang with Daniel and I'll switch the phone off and I'll get away, but I'll get so much stuff done then. So I can't let myself get distracted by scrolling, by, you know, the white noise in the background. It's no, these are the tasks I have to do, which in that time frame, your best task to be doing is creating new contacts, new networks, following up, keeping on going with conversations to potential customers and team. And it's really good because Daniel keeps me accountable. And like tonight, team training, he knows when my team training start and finish, when I'm online and offline, and he will, he's beautiful, he'll make dinner that will fit into those times so we can be together. So I'll have a half an hour break, won't be on my phone, and I have that connection time. So I'm just showing you how I make it work. So you don't go crazy because you want to be on your phone so much, but you want to spend time with your loved ones. And then the worst thing that can happen is you're with your loved ones and you're thinking about Juice Plus, and then you're doing Juice Plus and you're thinking about your loved ones, right? You want to get the focus where it's meant to be. So that's one of the things that's really helped me is keep getting your loved ones to keep you accountable there. And yeah, pretty much about, it's so similar whether you're a mum or not a mum, right? Making this business your lifestyle. So you don't want to feel like, oh my God, I have to go to work. It's, I love what I do. If there's something that I want to do, how can I make Juice Plus fit into that during the time that I have available? And what is the most important thing that I need to be doing in that time? And I always schedule in my customer care, guys. Customer care is so important. I schedule in when I'm going to network, when I'm going to follow up. I put times on these. In saying that, like, I'm not perfect. My schedule is never always kept to plan. Life happens. But the fact that it's in my diary, like I have this, you saw Val, I have an A4 size diary because I need it big, right? And it's a weekly one that I fill in everything that I need to do or who I'm seeing, what I'm doing, and I have to have it filled out so I know I have a schedule and my week's going to plan. So even if you guys think that you have, you know, you guys have time to do this business. If you're in team training, you have time to do this business because you've already committed 45 minutes of your time tonight. If you did that every single night and each day you made sure you had that checklist that you ticked off, momentum happens, momentum flows. If you save all your Juice Plus for 1 to 2 days during the week, you'll stop, start. I promise you that will happen. So you want to break it down and divide it. And, you know, Jim Rohn says you work 6 days of the week, right? And have 1 day off. If you're 100% committed and you actually don't mind working every single day, work 7 days a week. I always work 7 days a week. I'll do it like an hour on Sunday because I love connecting on Facebook and Instagram and getting new contacts. If you know you need a day of no Juice Plus, then have 1 day a week. But if you really want this, 6 days a week of a small amount is better than 2 days a week of a big amount, if that makes sense. So I'll leave it there. Val, I'll hand it back over to you.
Yeah, I love that. And I think I think regardless whether you got kids or not, it's all about finding what works for you. So just so I can know what I recapped on, I'll send through the form. It's called the Tick and Flick sheet. And it's just basically a one-page form, and it literally says, okay, have you posted 3 times on Facebook today? Have you done it on Instagram? Have you connected? Have you done this? And honestly, guys, sometimes we actually need that sheet. And what Christine Drummond does, she prints off 30 of them. She then gets a clear folder, and then she's got the whole month's done. So she's like, right, starts the 1st of October. She'll write it up there on a sheet, and then she'll go through boom, 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 boom. School holidays was just over in Queensland. She's not going to get upset if she only posted once a day on Facebook. But she says, I feel so organized now that I've got my whole 30 days printed out. And she said, and that's my boss. So I'll send that through, making sure we're doing the high pain activity first, calendar, weekly schedule, egg timer. There's a really amazing podcast and book. It's called Eat That Frog. Eat That Frog. And what it means is you do the high pain activities first, and the things that you know that you just have to get done. Otherwise, we think about it, we don't want to get it done. And guess what? Straight into action mode, honestly, you're going to be giving yourself those high pain, kind of fist pumps. Another thing, Kim's downloaded, awesome. Or another thing that I wanted to really share is, this is now going to come down to you guys. How do you show up in the world? How do you wake up? Going to be honest, every Monday is my admin day. If I stay home and do my admin day in my dressing gown, not looking half decent, honestly, I'm going to be slumping over like that. But I get up at 6 a.m. this morning, have my big thing of water, put a bit of makeup on, put some jeans on, dressing like I'm going to work, okay, with a bit of a wedge heel, high-fiving myself, made my bed, load of washing, done the breakfast dishes, drawn my eyebrows on, straight my hair, done all of that. Sounds really crazy, but man, 9 a.m. and I'm like, boom, full cylinders. So anyone that gets me, like, get ready. But if I kind of just rocked up out of bed in my dressing gown and thought, yeah, I'll just be casual today, my energy would be slumped. My customer care would be slumped. My whole talking to team would be, hey, rather than like, boom, what are we going to do? I'm going to New Zealand next month. Let's do this. So all I can ask and really say and inspire you guys, how do you show up? What gets you going on full cylinders? Because that will make all the difference. Do you need to do your I am statements? It's massive. Remember, you are a big rock. You have to value yourself and put yourself into your time schedule. Really, really important. And another thing I wanted to share is a thing that Celine always shares to us NMDs. Do delegate. If you're someone that you think, well, you know what, this is how much I get paid a month. This is how much I'm worth an hourly rate. Go and do that. You'll be very surprised. I know my hourly rate. And then I think, well, you know what? Is it time that I get a cleaner and pay $25 an hour, 2 hours a week? Because you know what? That X amount, what I am worth, that can go into a higher paying activity. Okay? Delegate. Okay? So really important. If you're not great on flyers, maybe find a graphic designer or someone that charges maybe a really small price. Don't be like me that used to take 3 hours to do one Canva image. Man, that is not a high paying activity. So do delegate. So that's really, really important. Kimmy, if you wanted to flesh off on that, babe.
Flesh off on that?
Yeah,
whatever that means. I'm just making up sayings. I love it, and you're getting some great feedback. And we'll just recap. We did it last week. Recap on the 5 high-paying activities, guys. The do is the 5 high-paying activities. Networking, so making new contacts, making new friends, messaging people and saying, hey, how you going, right? Following up. So networking and sharing, Juice Plus, right? Following up. Customer care, events, and team training. They're the do. Anything else, delegate, or you don't have to be doing it. Is it serving you? So I love that. This is recorded, and if you're on team training last week, you would have got those written down. Anyway, we'll repost this recording tonight or tomorrow morning. I love that. How do you start your day? I can guarantee you ask anyone who does any Q&MD to NMD in this business, and the reason I say that level is this is the part where that's the average time where you would quit normal work and take on Juice Plus full time. I can guarantee if you ask anyone at that level of working this business full time, going for bigger club levels, they get up before 7 a.m. in the morning. And now summer's coming, it's about 6 o'clock, if not 5:30, because they know that whatever they do first thing in the morning sets them up for the day. I don't start Juice Plus work until about 8 a.m., but I'm a morning person. However, if I wake up at 7:30, if I get out of bed at 7:30 a.m., I'm all out of whack because I want to get all my rituals done. I want to move my body. I want to get the house sorted because I just like that, right? And some of you may relate to this. But if I'm rushing around and all flustered and then everything gets pushed back, my whole day's out of whack. I know Tammy's online. Me and Tammy had to talk about this, and she's exactly the same. Like, if we don't follow our schedule, the whole day goes out the window. It feels like a Sunday to me. So we have, right, and in this business gives you the opportunity to build an income, to be able to sleep in if you want to. However, you will find that you do that for a bit, you live that lifestyle, and then you're like, you know what, I want to grow this more. I want to make a bigger impact. I want to build my business. I need to get up early and set myself up. If you listen to personal development or read the books, you will see that every successful person in the world has a morning ritual that sets them up. And I'm going to share mine with you because it might help you guys. So I think that'll be really cool. I usually wake up when Daniel's alarm goes off, so I still don't have to wake up to an alarm. But at the moment, his alarm, he has to leave the house at 5:30, but usually his alarm goes off at 5:30 anyway. So between 5:30 and 6, I stay in bed. So I make sure until it gets warmer, I won't get out of bed till 6, but at that half an hour, I use my phone light to wake me up or get more awake, and I like to be comfy, and I love the fact that I can work from my bed. So if you guys need to maybe set your alarm a little bit earlier, use your phone light to wake you up, and you can do Juice Plus first thing. What I do, I don't necessarily go do networking and whatnot. I put up a post that inspires me and share it with the world, because if it's going to inspire me, hopefully it inspires others. I do that, and I just quickly check my Facebook notifications and go through, see if there's anything important. Then phone down, get up, do the morning thing. I make a cup of hot lemon water. I either do a workout or stretch from home, or I booked into my Pilates. I choose to do Pilates. You guys can do whatever you want. Normally I try and do cardio, but it hasn't really worked for me because cardio just isn't my friend. I know a lot of you out there can be like, me either, cardio doesn't like me. But I move the body. If you can only move your body for 10 minutes in the morning, do 10 minutes of something. Put on your favorite song, dance around. I can promise you, from a Juice Plus point of view, and as a fitness professional telling you this, it will completely change the way your day goes. So make sure you have that morning ritual. So then when I come in, I want to start work at 8 o'clock. I employ myself from 8 a.m. in the morning. I come into my office, I sit down, or I go to a cafe if I need to get out of the house, and I've got my stuff ready to go. I've got my checklist. I've got my to-do list. I prioritize it. I try and do the hardest thing first, because I'm very good at leaving the hardest thing till last, and that's usually the most important thing that I need to get done. So I have that challenge every single day, and that's what I try and do. And then if I have meetings booked in or whatnot, we make it work. So getting up early, is so good for you. Even if you hate getting up early, if you're a nighttime person, do you know what? Fantastic. And that's just me. Val likes to get up early. I know a lot of the other NMDs like to get up early. I know, for example, Sophie Louise Hughes, who's Business Bombshells, she's a night owl. So she will do her sleep in till 10 a.m. I've seen this. I've talked to her. I don't think it's every day, but she might sleep in till 10 a.m. But do you know what? She is up till midnight the night before. She slots in her business time there. She does she works this business hard, but I know she does a lot of her work at night. So can you see how you make the choices? Am I going to get up early, or am I going to stay up late? And you know what? You might be listening to me and be like, oh my God, Kim, I love my sleep. Well, you have to make sacrifices in this business if you want to grow it 10 times bigger than it already is. That's what it comes down to. That's with anything in life that you want to do. So that's why I can share that, because I had to choose. Do I want to stay in bed? And I'll share this as well. I don't know if I'm tangenting too much, Val, but I've this business and product has helped me so much with my anxiety, but it doesn't mean it's completely gone. I still have mornings where I wake up and I do not want to get out of that bed. I want to stay in bed and I want to stay sleeping. It's too hard to go out and work on my business today. I'd rather stay in bed. I still get that, and this happened today. I'm feeling very run down from the weekend, but I had to get myself up and I got myself out of bed because I needed to go work on my future. And I still take time. It's okay to take time to rest, guys, but I wanted to share that with you because till this day, I still have those feelings in the morning where I don't want to get up. I want to stay in as late as I can. And maybe I have to go teach a Pilates class, so I'll get up like 15 minutes before I have to leave the house and just chuck on activewear. But it doesn't serve me and I feel shit for the rest of the day. So I hope that helps. I'll pass that back over to you, Val.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think, guys, this is where, honestly, I would love nothing more for you guys to just go crazy in the chat. And this is your time now to share something. You could share one simple, thing in the chat that could help someone else. And this is where you guys, you've got to remember it's your business. So if you're a mum, and a family member, you might want to turn your phone off or put it onto airplane mode or whatever, and know that when you're having a meal, no matter what, okay, it's a family meal and that phone does not go off. Okay, there are set rules that I do think that you have to put in. If your phone's always blowing up and the kids always see on your phone, like, you just got to remember, share with them what you're doing it for, but make sure you put in date night, whatever it might be. That is so important. And know what your partner's love language is. Sounds really crazy, guys, and I'm not going to get all wacky on you, but you got to know what your partner's love language is. If that is quality time, and they see you spending quality time with your team all the time and going out and making new relationships and networking, but you're not spending any quality time with that partner, I guarantee you there will come a time they'll just put the foot down. It will just happen. And I know, because I've been there. I put the business so first before the kids and Sonny at the start, and it got to the point that I just couldn't keep going. So now I've just made like a little pivot, and that little pivot has helped us all. I'm happier, the kids are happier, Sonny's happier, we're all so much happier. So just make sure you're putting in those times. And let's face it, guys, anyone that's got kids on the call, we know that you give them 20 minutes being present, not like, yep, Uno, oh, yep, whatever. I mean, constant present. Man, if I give that to Shanika and Quint and I turn that phone off and play a game of Uno with them, man, they're like, Mum, you can go back to work now. Wow, what a difference being present. Yeah.
And I just want to add, guys, to that, if I can, Vasky. I'm just going to pop it on gallery view. Can I get a show of hands? I've popped it on gallery view. I love that you guys have your video on. Does anyone have these feelings? I know some of you might be new to the business, so you probably don't even know what we're talking about yet. But those of you who's felt this way, do you know why? Because we get so, excuse my French, fucking excited to do this business. Hands up. Who gets fucking excited to do this business? Yeah? And it consumes us. We become obsessed. But if your partner, your loved ones, and I mean friends, if you're single, like your best friends see this as well. If they're not riding the wave with you, they don't understand, right? And then that's where the frustration happens. So then we need to stop and put in these times. Now, yes, we're training you on this, right? But we're not saying go out and just do all this and don't focus on your business. When you put in these significant times, you will have more time to focus on your business. Does that make sense? Yeah. So do that. Daniel and I have one date night a week. At least one night on the weekend is ours. And I prioritize that. I have to plan it. Otherwise, business will take over, because I want to go do an event. I want to go catch up with my potential team, and they can only do it on a Friday night. So I have to make sure I book stuff in. So book things in, be organized, have a schedule. And if you hate scheduling, do you know what? You got to find something that has to work for you. Because there's no way to be successful without having a plan of what's to come. Does that make sense? Yeah? So you can do this. So that's why I just wanted to share that. Like, put in the big rocks, as we say, then fill around the big rocks with the little rocks. The big rocks are what's really important. Yeah, and then you're going to have so much more time. Like, the minute that I put in, if I don't go exercise, I'm using this as an example for those who love exercising. I used to not do it. And every day I think about, I've got to do it. I want to get fitter. I just want to feel better. Now I've committed to it. It's been 2 months of exercising and it's been going pretty well. So you can follow my journey. Hopefully I can inspire you guys to do it too. If I don't book in some kind of exercise, like as in my home from 7 to 8, I look at the clock. All right, I've got an hour, no phone. I use my laptop. No Facebook is up. And I go on YouTube and find a video or something. If I don't schedule that in, I'm thinking about exercising the whole day because I needed to do something for me, for my body, so I feel better. So that's just another example of why it's important to do those things for you so you can put the focus into your business. It's so important to focus. And another thing, this has made me think of this, Val, and I know you'll agree. You always hear about, like, I need to find balance. Who feels like they need to find balance in their life from doing this Juice Plus business? I'll tell you something right now. There's no such thing. It's called strategic imbalance, because you need to be inconvenient for someone else's convenience when building this business. What I mean is, you might want to go to bed at 8:30 at night. I know I do every night. I'm a nana, right? But my people who I want to talk to, they don't finish work until 8 o'clock at night. They're not free till after. That's when they come home and get on their phone. So I will need to sacrifice my sleep. I will need to be inconvenient to my schedule or to my lifestyle to suit theirs for whatever time period I set that in, or whatever, however I schedule that. So you find that strategic imbalance. That's why we have to book in the date nights, the friends catch-ups, the holidays and all that stuff. So we know that there's something coming. So I hope that makes sense. I love that. Yeah.
It's so true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that.
I was at NMD school. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, you go, Kim. You go.
I was at NMD school. I think I was talking to Danny Martin. He's one of our greater uplines. Been doing this business over 20 years. And I'm pretty sure he's the one who told me that, because I was like, yeah, just, trying to find balance. He just like laughed in my face. He's like, if you want to build your own business, traditional or network marketing, online, whatever it is, the way you find balance is strategic imbalance. Because if you're finding balance, you're just finding an excuse to not have to do the hard work. I'm sorry, I'm being really honest, because I had to learn this. So yeah, anyway, strategic imbalance, it's a thing.
I love that. And let's face it, when we've all got our own program and we know what we do, guess what? We actually don't feel chaos. I know if I'm organized with my schedule, and Sunny knows, and I know that every Monday Sunny picks the kids up from school, I do training. Sunny's like a mum. We've figured out he's like the mum as well. He does all the gymnastics, the basketball, books the parties. That's not my thing. I just know that I know how to work hard, but I've got to put time out as well. I really know how I work. Another thing I wanted to share with you guys really quickly, if Kimmy's probably shared it on her team page, there's a really amazing, has someone got their mute? Unmute? I can hear some kitchen background.
Oh, that's me. Sorry, that's Daniel cooking.
Or maybe it might be Marnie. I think there's Marnie down there. Also, there's a lady called Emma Snedden in the UK. She's a mum, and it's about I think about a 10-minute video, and it's on time management. And I'm going to share it with you guys if you don't know about it. And basically what it is, she gets a clock. And basically she works, she shares how she does it. So for any people that work full-time, say 9 to 5, she puts in 2 hours a day. And sometimes when we work full-time, we think, God, where can we get 2 hours extra? I'm already snowed under. Yeah, where can I find 2 hours? And I love what she does is she gets 3 to 4 color highlighters, and she works out that instead of getting up at, say, 7 to start work at 9 and do the whole school thing, she gets up at 6. So she gave herself another hour. She put an hour in there, and she basically draws the clock, and she schedules with a green highlighter an hour from 6 to 7, and that's a Juice Plus business. Another little thing that she had was like a high five. She couldn't eat a lunch until she contacted 5 people on a lunch break. She worked out that took her about 15 minutes. So she highlighted 15 minutes in the middle of the day. Then she knew that she went back to work, finished at 5, picked the kids up from daycare, come home, did the dinner rush, did the homework, did the bath and the showers and the gratitude time, put the kids to bed at 7:30, 7:45. Then she worked on a business from 8 to 9:30 at night. And guess what? All of a sudden she found more than 2 hours a day in a day. And I guess what I really wanted to share is that if it's like anything, guys, if we really want something to work, we find the time, don't we? We find the time if we want to go to the gym. We find the time if we want to go for a walk. We find the time to scroll. We find the time to play games on our phone. We find the time to do Snapchat. It's kind of really funny. All of a sudden, we find the time. And I guess what Kim and I just really wanted to inspire you guys tonight, that is just make sure that, if you treat this like a business, and I know what 35 of you guys are, there's just a few little tools. Make sure you're organized. Have a program. Maybe it's an egg timer. Yeah. One thing I found that I wasn't doing when I first started this business, I didn't allocate a little business area. I kind of just had paper everywhere in the kitchen. And guess what? It was just so fluffy. So before I had my office, I kind of had like a little portable table, and I pretended that was my little home-based office in the house. So for you guys, do you have a station where you have everything? Or do you just have paperwork everywhere and don't have even a notebook or a pen, and you're just trying to remember everything? Maybe you might need to be organized on your phone, making sure you have the notes folder, have your scripts pre-written, have your images done, have all your wording done with your images. Yeah, that could be something that you're not prepared. You're not prepared with social media. Yeah. So, Kimmy, I'll pass it over to you, honey. If there's anyone that you wanted to bring up on the call to share, because I've pretty given you guys all my content.
Yeah, I was just about to say, that was awesome. Thank you, Val. Does anyone have any questions, or does anyone want to share something that works for them, what their strategic imbalance is? Erin, while you're writing down, or pop in the chat if you want to share, or this could be a chance for you to fight the nerves and get onto Zoom. It's only us Timmies who are watching. Erin said, before you go, Val, can I have 2 minutes of your time? Oh, okay, you can do that after. That's fine. Does anyone have any questions? This is your chance to ask it now. Don't be afraid. I can guarantee if you're thinking something, someone else is thinking the same thing. So please, please, please. Marnie, was that a hand I saw? No, yes? No? Sorry. I'm like scoping out. Is that good? No one has any questions? Did the info make sense? It wasn't too full on. Amber, I get up at 4 a.m. to fit everything in. Oh, yeah, Amber is a machine. 4 a.m. wake up. She's a mum of 2, stay-at-home mum of 2, works from home and does this. 4 a.m. What's our excuse? What's my excuse? I'm like, I don't want to get up that earlier. But imagine if I did. Like, this is the thing, guys. Imagine if you woke up half an hour earlier. What could you do in that time? B, I'll be a new mum soon. Does anyone have advice on structured JP work? Oh, I wish Luce was on the call because she's about to do that too. Can you answer that, Val? Because I definitely can't.
Yeah, I would actually love someone, because I do coaching with B, so B knows exactly probably what I'm going to say. But can anyone else honestly take yourself off mute now? We've got Karis there, we've got Naomi, we've got some amazing mamas. I would love for you guys to share some inspo for B, because B's about to have her first child, and I know that she's probably thinking, how's she going to now? She's in a really good routine. So for any mums out there, please add some value to B right now. It'd be really awesome.
Karis, can we ask you to share?
Yeah.
Yeah, she knew it was coming. I've unmuted you, babe. Hi.
Well, my only advice is, now that I've got Daisy, is that I utilise when I'm breastfeeding and try and do a lot of my Facebook and contacts while I'm breastfeeding.
Love it.
That's the perfect time. And then when the kids are sleeping. So naps during the day and at night time.
Like perfect stolen moments.
There's no early rising for me. I stay in bed as long as I can. So it's, naps and night time.
It's a bit different though. You're probably up all throughout the night anyway.
Yeah.
But I think what B would want to ask next, because that's what I would want to ask, what do you categorise the highest priority when you're doing your Juice Plus work, when you're breastfeeding?
Always reply to anyone that wants to know any info, and then focus on my posts. And at the moment I'm running a 21-day toning plan, and I've got 105 girls following it, so that's a priority at the moment because I'm trying to incorporate Juice Plus into that. And
love it. Yep. Thank you, Karis. Nice and
No
simple.
worries.
That's good. I'll get you to mute yourself because I've lost you on the screen now. I think that's really cool. Like, see how the first thing, her top priority is networking and following up. 2 highest paying activities. And when you focus on them, and she's like, I don't even have time for all the other stuff that we might think is important. Take away the time you have and you're only left with a little bit. What are you going to slot into that time? So, and B, honestly, you'll be fine. Trust me. I know, like I was talking to Luce, so Luce is about to have a baby in February, and she's like, we're talking today, and she's like, I'm not working around this baby. This baby's going to work around me. I'm going to make it happen. So it comes down to your mindset, girlfriend. If you want this, I can guarantee it will work. The universe, if you put a goal out to the universe, it sounds so corny. I was so skeptical on this, but it's so true. If you want something so badly, it will happen. You've got to want it first, and the journey will come. So super corny, but it's true. All right, Michelle, I have a 2-year-old, so I write everything down that needs to be done and jump onto that list when I can. Love it. Fantastic. Does anyone else have any questions before we wrap up? Are we feeling a bit more clear? And did that answer some things that was going on? Cool, fantastic. And whilst you're all on, as of next week, well, this week in an hour, I know those of you over East is a bit late, but if you're a night owl and you're committed and you want to be on the call, we've got Michelle Ball, 100 clubber from Canada. I've seen her speak. Oh, she's so inspiring. There's something about the Canadians, and I just love them. And as of next Monday, moving forward, our whole team, from the top guys that have been in it for like Dr. Tamara Hunter and whatnot down, because we're all under her. So she's been one of the longest in the business in Australia, and we're all in her team. All of us leaders are going to be coming together for an epic team training. It is going to be at 7:45 at night, because I know it's not just over East people on this call. And we're going to be rotating speakers, so you don't just hear mine and Val's voice all the time, or just Val's, or if it was just Nat's, if you join onto Nat's call. We're all going to be rotating, which I think is really cool because we all resonate with different people. So if you are committing to the 7:45 p.m. Perth time one, fantastic. Look, we're going to make an effort to get it recorded, but if you know you can make it, it's better to be on the call than wait for the recording. And obviously, if it's almost midnight where you are and you just can't make the call, there should be a recording for you guys. So stay tuned, because it's really, really exciting. Yeah. Did you want to finish up with anything, Val?
No, I think I'm all scheduled out. I think anything more will turn into a calendar. I'm pretty good.
Fantastic. All right, guys, we'll see you again next week with another. It'll be closer to end of month, so we'll be going over some stuff to focus on in about the last 10 days of the month and what the best thing is to do. So make sure you jump on, tell your team, get your team onto this call. It's the only way we can give you mass value in a short amount of time. So we want to see all your faces again. And we love seeing, I'll tell you this, the people who we notice on the call are the ones that we notice have a growing business. So if you want to be that person that we notice growing your business, it's fantastic to see you committing every week. It's really good. All right. Cool. Let's wrap it up, shall we? Fabulous.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a lovely night.
Bye.